Hi, I'm Alan Rinsler, and I'm sitting here with Ron McElroy, who's just written a really unusual memoir, and the title is Wrong Side of the Tracks. Now, Ron, a lot of your being on the wrong side of the tracks has to do with your being Hawaiian. Your mother was from Hawaii. You grew up with a very strong sense of being Hawaiian. Now, I've been to Hawaii. I'm a typical American tourist, probably like a lot of the readers, and I have no idea really what it means to be Hawaiian. When I look at the people of Hawaii, they're all smiling and wearing leis, and you get off the plane and it's all happiness and prosperity. And how is being your mother's son very special, and why was that an issue for being on the wrong side of the tracks?
Yeah. Well, that's I think a lot of people's perception is Hawaii is this fantastic
paradise,
palm tree laden, fresh wind, blue waves.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy and joyous and drinking pineapple juice. But the reality is, and don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful place. I love going to the islands, as do a lot of people. But the reality is there's a lot of strife and there's a lot of difficulty in Hawaii. The book touches on that a little bit. More importantly, what it touches on is how important their family values are and the way that they prefer to live their lives. And so the Hawaii that I know, that I grew up knowing, spending time in Moloka'i with my relatives, is they have had to fight to maintain their sovereign rights.
What is this sovereign movement about?
There is a sovereign Hawaiian movement for protecting the Hawaiian heritage. And they have had to really pull together, similar to their family values. It's all about family. It's all about protecting each other. It's all about helping each other. And when it comes to feeding or housing or shelter.
Have they had any support from the federal government, or has there been any political success for the sovereign movement?
They have. They have. Way back in the day when the pineapple plantation companies came to develop the island as a major industry for pineapple and sugarcane, they built a tunnel to draw the water from the east mountains, the Halava Valley area, to central Moloka'i. And so that supplied a tremendous amount of water that would allow the island to prosper when it came to pineapple and sugarcane. Well, the federal government, I believe it was back in the 50s, granted the rights to that reservoir of water to the locals, the Hawaiians, the homesteaders, the indigenous Hawaiians of the island, which numbers, like I said, between 4,500 to 5,000 indigenous Hawaiians. And so because of those water rights, which have all these corporate and large developers who have come through that island have all tried to take these rights away. And just by the vigilance of the locals on the island have been able to thwart every attempt to take that water.
So they've been able to reduce development?
They've been able to stop development. They've been able to reduce it by shutting down the Sheraton Hotel, which was the first hotel that was on
They took the water away from the Sheraton Hotel?
They did. They did. And they stopped a major development just in the last 5 years from going through, which would have built hundreds of custom houses on precious and historical Hawaiian lands.
Well, Thank you, Ron. It's very informative and educational. I don't think most of your readers in the United States are aware, really, that there is this indigenous, native population that aren't the immigrants from Asia and the Philippines and Europe and the United States, and that are hanging on for their rights, very much the way Native Americans in the United States have tried. So, thank you very much, and I want to tell everybody to buy a copy of this book, Wrong Side of the Tracks. You can get it from Ron's website or directly from Amazon in either the ebook or print book format.